they actually have a head wall and a inlet for when in a storm condition, when that channel or when that retention basin fills up, it'll actually deposit into line 41. So it's all been designed. Line 41's been designed to accommodate their retention basin, and the retention basin has now been redesigned to accommodate what they're generating. And also they are still taking some little bit of flow off of East Palm Canyon.
Rick, I think probably we would need to understand that better in terms of whether there are any changes to the existing topography.
The changes to the existing topography to the development are really to the two moats, the one that was along Linden and along Matthew. Those are no longer needed because of the Line 41 project. But the retention basin along East Palm Canyon is still required because that's essentially the low spot of the development, and that's where their water is going.
So is it at the same depth that it currently is at?
I don't think so. I don't think that we've seen the final revisions to the grading, but I believe it's not as deep.
Okay, so those are things that staff will need to look at as this comes back to us. Are there any other concerns? And I just want to say that in terms of a comment to the applicant, I share Commissioner Irvin's concern about children, even though it's nothing that we can, it's something that they might want to look at. Are there other concerns that people have in terms of conformity that you want looked at? This would be the time to raise them. Seeing none, we are going to continue this to Flynn. Do we have a date certain in mind?
Yes, we will continue to the June 9th Planning Commission meeting.
I'll take a motion to that effect. Commissioner Roberts and Commissioner Hirschbein. With a motion by Commissioner Roberts and a second by Commissioner Hirschbein in the order that you raised your hands. Can you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Roberts?
Yes.
Commissioner Hirschbein?
Yes.
Chair Wormick?
Yes.
Vice Chair Maruzzi?
Yes.
Commissioner Song?
Yes.
And Commissioner Irvin?
Yes.
This matter is continued until June 9th. Moving right along, Planning Commission reports, requests, and comments. I have one request, which would be of staff, possibly if you could show us the activation of the condo building and the downtown specific plan that was passed by AAC. It would be really nice to see what happened with that. I think 3 of us participated in a walkthrough to help identify activation items. Commissioner Song did, Commissioner Roberts did, and I did. Would it be possible to get that just as a paper report?
Yes, Madam Chair, we can provide that.
Thank you. Are there other comments or questions? Reports? Commissioner Song.
I know it's kind of late, but on the case, thank you for the update. There was a case on the Pacific Palisade on the encroachment request, and it was denied by City Council. Was there a reason, or was it straight by the specific plan of the Pacific Palisade?
The City Council basically looked at the specific plan and ruled that the encroachment was not permissible. just to give you the final outcome of that case, the city council had directed the applicant to file a variance application if they wanted to pursue that encroachment. The applicant actually did a minor redesign so that they don't need to file a variance application. They have a minor modification instead. And so that's the way that they resolved that situation. So thankfully, we were able to work around that and come to a happy resolution.
Thank you.
Commissioner Irvin.
I would like to maybe mention something to staff. Going further with some of our newer projects that we have, considering that we're having a pretty tough issue with housing and low income, I wanted to know if we could take a look at inclusionary zoning for some of our new projects that could possibly be coming down the pipeline. And I just wanted to kind of see if we can maybe take a look at getting some of that for some of our new projects.
So, Commissioner Irvin, the City Council is one step ahead of you. They've already asked staff to look at that issue. What we'll be doing is putting together a work group to study the issue of inclusionary zoning. There are a number of studies, and the City Council ultimately would have to adopt some type of a policy statement or regulation to be able to do that. So it's not something that the Planning Commission can do on their own without some type of policy or regulation adopted by the City Council. But again, the City Council is studying that issue and looking at moving forward.
Thank you.
The planning director's report.
Madam Chair, I would just like to let the commission know that we will be doing some neighborhood outreach meetings at the latter half of June. The meetings will be small in size because of the pandemic, of course, and so we're limiting the meetings to no more than 30 people. There's going to be 4 meetings that we will hold. So if I could just share my screen with you, you can get a sense. This is the flyer that we have on our website, psgeneralplan.com. We are posting it on our social media websites, and we will be doing a publication of it, or a news posting of it as well. So it's really to get input from residents and throughout the city. We're having, as I said, there's 4 meetings. One's going to be at Mizell Senior Center, one at Demuth Community Center, one at Vista Del Monte Elementary. This one in particular will be conducted in Spanish. And then our 4th meeting will be James O'Jesse Desert Highland Unity Center. So there's 4 meetings. As I said, there's going to be 30 person limit. So registration is now open for these meetings and is available on psgeneralplan.com. So members of the public can go to psgeneralplan.com and sign up. So again, it would be limited to the first 30 people who sign up for it. And what we're looking for is input on housing and environmental justice, and really access to amenities and food and healthy foods and physical activity and things that are important for residents here in Palm Springs. So this flyer is also in Spanish as well. So I did just want to let everyone know that that is available and registration is open. And so that would conclude my presentation and my report, Madam Chair.
Thank you. That being said, this meeting is adjourned until June 9th at 5:30. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Hi, everyone.